you were the first one to throw your hat in the ring. Little did you know all that would follow. But just to go back, because this is the first chance we're getting to talk to you since you did that. I know you were thinking about it. There were sort of reports that you were planning to run. But what was the tipping point? What finally made you decide, I'm going to have a shot at this?
The first time there actually was an election announced. Remember, I've been calling for elections for the party presidency ever since Rahul Gandhi resigned in July 2019. If you look at Google, my first interviews at that time, I was very clear that in the absence of an elected president, that it was necessary for the party to use this mechanism.
Were you thinking about running as far back as that?
No. I just want, my whole message was that elections are desirable and they will do good for the party. That was my basic
message. That's fair. But what is the point here?
Then from then onwards, I've repeated this demand. I repeated it again earlier this year. But when the Congress Working Committee decided there would actually be elections, you know, all the cynics said, this is this talk, there won't be any elections.
It'll just be a ring.
You know, the Working Committee is bound to just turn to Rahul Gandhi again. Rahul Gandhi made it very clear he was not going to take it, that his resignation was genuine and he didn't want the position. And I think there was a certain disbelief amongst some of the grandees and indeed amongst the cynics who are perhaps not grandees that this is ever going to happen. I decided to take the party at its word. The party had said there will be elections. And I decided to find out about the process, figure out how I could put my hat forward if needed. The most proximate trigger then was I wrote an article in which I reiterated the point I've made before, that elections are good. And I pointed out how the British Conservative Party had gained in public attention and sympathy because of their internal elections. I said, why don't we do the same thing? And I was astonished when about 100 different party colleagues from across the country, and some very unexpected ones also, called me and said, great article, you ought to be the one putting his hat forward. And I began thinking about it seriously only then. That was about a few weeks ago. And then as the thing gathered momentum, some of us were talking about it, and I was encouraged by friends and colleagues to go ahead and do it. And here I am.